Hey guys, so I'm not gonna keep you long. I realized I didn't do my video on Sunday. We actually attended a little birthday party for my nieces. Um, this week, what are we talking about? We are talking about the truth of self-sabotage. Something that I am realizing is that I sabotage myself a lot with my personal growth. So I always told you guys that I would tell you my birthing experience of what it was like to me, and then this way you could kind of understand where I'm coming from. So the truth. Okay, before I got pregnant with Corey, because of my leg being the size it is, whatever, my weight at my highest was about 250 when I was in high school, and then at my smallest I got to like 218. So this is when I was like really feeling myself. This was before I was pregnant with her. I had come a long way, dropping like 40 pounds on my own. When I went to college, I wasn't the college student that gained, because baby, I did not eat that food at Albany State University. No, I was the one who basically starved and walked all over the damn campus and was just like, I'm not eating that. And I stuck with it. I had an auntie that shipped me vacuum sealed meals overnight just so I would freaking eat. I had family that sent me money so I could go to the grocery store. I had a crock pot. I had a electric skillet in my room in Hall 5, and even though we weren't supposed to have that, because I was just not eating in that calf. And then I had used my Rambucks and all that. I wasn't doing it. So, got a wet spot. Excuse that. So, I was telling myself I had lost all that weight. I had really came a long way. I was in like a medium, heading towards a small. Clearly, y'all hear Nuggbug. The Disney songs is on our YouTube, and she's sitting there literally spinning in circles right now. So it was just a journey, you know what I'm saying? So then when I had got pregnant with Corey, I immediately jumped back up in water weight alone. Like within the first 12 weeks of being pregnant with her, back to 250. I kid you not. I had started my pregnancy with Corey at 218, and then at the end of my pregnancy term, I was at 312. Gained 100 pounds with this little girl. And so you got to think about walking around with that 100 pounds, carrying that weight, being exposed to that. Those who know me, y'all know I'm short. I'm only 5'1". So the torso thing, that's out the freaking window. So she literally sat in my back and my hips. And then when she finally made her debut, she in the front. So, it was just like, she really didn't have anywhere to go. So I'm literally carrying all that weight. So this was the first time in my life that I've ever started to feel disabled. Everything that I was able to do on my own, I could no longer do. Her dad had to help me with everything. I couldn't walk in and out the house by myself. I couldn't walk anywhere by myself. I had to start using a wheelchair towards the end. Everything caused me to be out of breath. Even walking from like the bedroom to like the sitting room, I was done. I couldn't even get in and out the bed by myself because my leg was so heavy that it was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't go to the doctor's appointments by myself. I couldn't even you gotta sit on the little bed or whatever so they can measure your stomach and stuff. I couldn't do none of that. Brian had to help me do everything. I couldn't do anything by myself. So then I started to feel dependent, and it really started to mess with my personality. Although I appreciated him because he stepped it up a lot, I really don't have complaints about her dad. He was there the entire time, every doctor's appointment, every time I had to go somewhere, every ER visit, because the fluid intake started messing with like my heart palpitations and stuff like that, and the weight started messing with that. I was rushed to the ER like 3 times because of my heart, pregnant with her, all of that. Her dad was there. Didn't matter if he had to work the next day, didn't matter about none of that. He made sure to be there when I needed him to be there, really the whole time. He would help me in and out of bed every time I had to go potty, every time, whatever. He was there to help me. You know what I'm saying? It had got bad. I couldn't even shout. I couldn't do anything. I was so damn big, I couldn't do anything. And I literally felt disabled. I felt like those people that you watch on TV that are bedridden and literally are taken care of and washed up and whatever. That was me. I couldn't walk up the steps. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't drive anymore. I couldn't do anything. So then that discouraged me. And on top of that discouraging me, I was upset because I couldn't give birth like a regular mom. Obviously, there's not a lot of medical research on women who have KTWS, and so it causes the fear in delivering the pregnancy and the fear of the baby. Go sit down. Yeah, go sit down. The fear of the baby, and then I have the heart conditions on top of it. So having her vaginally wasn't even on the table. And then having her cesarean was on the table, but then that was taken from me too because my AV malformation, like I spoke about in the other video, is wrapped around the base of my spine where they have to enter the epidural needles. So I had to be put under general anesthesia. So how all you moms get to enjoy your baby and holding them when they first come out, the skin to skin, the hearing them cry. I woke up to a baby. I don't know what it feels like for your water to break. I don't know what it feels like to have contractions. I don't know how any of that feels like at all. And then the whole time, they told us that I was going to have a C-section. Originally, her dad was allowed to be in there through the cesarean part. He was going to be allowed to be in there. He was going to be able to cut the cord. He was going to be able to do all that. And then literally the weekend before, the doctor said, no, we can't do that because technically it's labeled as a surgery now instead of a cesarean, and that it's illegal for us to do it. But you got your med students in here, but her dad can't be in here. He has to sit outside and wait. So then I felt horrible because then he got robbed from it. And so then literally the hospital experience was horrific. Like, we almost didn't have her that day, let me tell you, because despite the tattoos, I don't do well with needles. I don't do well with like IV needles and the stuff that punctures you. No, I have traumatic experiences with stuff like that, and it is very hard for me to just sit there and let them take blood. And when you're pregnant, go sit down, they take tons of blood, tons of, they test for Down syndrome and other chromosome diseases. They can do the harmony test to see what your gender is, all type of mess. And literally, I kid you not, every time I had to get my blood drawn, I cried like a baby. Every single time. And so I have really small veins. And because I've had so many surgeries in my lifetime, a lot of my veins are done. They roll, they're shot out, they're done. They're done. And so I was like, can we please wait until I am unconscious before you puncture me with all these damn needles? Because they wanted to I let them put the first IV in. They wanted to do 2 IVs and a catheter and some other crap. And I was just like, no. You got the one, which is what we agreed on, while I'm sitting here hyperventilating before I'm going to get put under anesthesia to give birth. You can wait for the other ones. No, we can't wait. If you don't let us do it, we're not having a baby today. You might as well go home, blah, blah, blah. So literally, Brian, her dad is like, Rose, just look at me, holding my face, like, just look at me. It's going to be okay. He was like, just say okay. And I was like, okay. Literally, like, I'm tearing up thinking about it. I'm like, bruh, my hands sweating and everything. I kid y'all not. That catheter needle to go in my arm was freaking ridiculous. I almost passed out looking at it. Freaking ridiculous. Here was the kicker. They couldn't even get it in a vein. They couldn't even do what they needed to do. And they stabbed me 4 times with the catheter needle in 4 different veins, and it did not work. Mama said no. Come here. Sit down. Right here. Sit down. It did not work. And so then it pissed me off because I was just like, I effing told you, MFers, this was gonna happen. And then the kicker. We're gonna wait until we put you to sleep. Are you freaking kidding me? So you've put me through hell. You had me hyperventilating. I'm in hysterics at this point, panicked, upset, and now you want to put me under anesthesia when I asked you to do that in the first place? Say less. So then I go into the room and Brian can't be there. I literally have to sit there on the table. They're pulling one arm this way. They're pulling the other arm that way. They're strapping me down. My heart rate is accelerating at this point because I'm going into panic mode. And then they're like, oh, we're going to put the catheter in you too. What is wrong with you? I don't understand why you can't effing, what difference is it going to make between right now and the 5 seconds it takes for me to be unconscious? I don't understand. Because you're still not done prepping. They did it anyway. One of the worst feelings of my life. And it just really pissed me off. So. So. Here we are. 2019. I've been giving birth to my 6 pounds, 19 ounces, 19 inches long baby. Here we are. Where does the self-sabotaging part come in? Well, like I said with Corey, I gained 100 pounds in my pregnancy. That caused tremendous problems. I couldn't walk. I was very dependent on her dad. I was very dependent on a lot of things. Well, her dad got incarcerated when she was 2 months old. So where does that leave me? Struggling. I still can't walk. I still can't get in and out the house by myself. I'm struggling to hold her. I was on bed rest at the end of my pregnancy. My legs feel like jello. What the hell am I going to do? So when I tell y'all, it took me a lot. I couldn't even stand up for 2 minutes without being tired. I couldn't do anything. I never felt so hopeless in my entire life. So the problems were me psychologically. So I started the small things. I started making myself walk the steps at night when Corey was asleep. I put myself on a diet. Mind you, when I had Corey, I was probably a 4X heading towards a 5X with the weight that I had gained. So from 2017, really about, I say it was like 15, it was like 18 months. I put in hard work. And with me, I lost more in inches than I did in actual weight. So I want to say from, if not 2016, 2017 to 2018, I went from a 4X to a 1X. And you would think that's like tremendous, right? I took myself back to physical therapy. I had got a lot of this fluid off of my leg. I lost the weight in inches top wise. I was able, small things to train myself, making myself go to the grocery store. I used to get tired walking around this Publix here on Deshaun. I used to get exhausted. Just making myself walk around the store, making myself walk around the house, literally walking in a circle around the house to do what I needed to do. Literally constantly making myself move just so I could be able to stand on my feet, holding Corey in the house when I didn't want to, just little things like that, just really constantly pushing myself. I was able to go from that 4X to the extra large, and I was able to move it. So now I'm in a state of mind where it's like, okay, well, this extra large isn't good enough, because like, even though y'all give me hella clout and y'all gas me up, and I am appreciative because I understand, like, I went from I went from being obese to goddamn looking thick now, which is really still fat. You feel what I'm saying? I get that is like a huge difference, and I'm appreciative of it. For me, it's not the weight goal that I want. And so for me, it's almost like I can't see the positivity in it. I don't want to play. Go sit down. Not right now. I'll play with you later, okay? It's like, I can't believe I'm unappreciative to where I am today. Yesterday, I went back to the gym. And I was very discouraged when I came home because the way I pushed myself in the gym caused me to have heart palpitations on and off. Like even today, like from last night to today. And I feel like a truck done ran over my ass. Like I was super discouraged because I was like, okay, I should be able to have more stamina to this. I don't understand why my body isn't responding well to this. I don't understand, because I did the at-home workouts and building my strength up and taking the slow and steady step and dropping all of this damn weight to get to this point. And it's like, damn, it's still not good enough. But then in the reality of it, that just lets me know how unhealthy I really was. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad because it was just like, come on now. Come on now. And then it's irritating me because it's like, why is my heart acting up? I didn't push myself. I took it slow. It's my first time back in the gym. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to take my time with it. I don't understand. And so my dad was like, well, don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? My dad was like that. My homegirl, Leah was like that. Everybody was like that. Leah was like, you gotta think about the people who were 400 pounds and then they go back to the gym. And then day one, they're completely out of breath. They can't really do anything, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. When your body is going from resting mode to active mode, it's a difference. And even though you've been doing the at-home workouts, you haven't been doing weight workouts. You haven't been pushing, yourself with those type of workouts. So you can't be upset that your body is responding to physical activity now, because it's one thing to move. I got my groove back when it's time to move, but it's another thing to add weights to it and push through the herd and do things. It's another thing to kind of strain. You know what I'm saying? And my brother made a good point last night too, because I talked to him last night too, because we went to a birthday party Sunday, and I was like, yeah, it's about 2 hours. I kind of stood on my feet the whole time, whatever. And he was like, I'm so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I remember when you couldn't even stand up for like 2 minutes. You couldn't even stand up for like 5 minutes. And now look at you, able to kind of stand up and move around for 2 hours. You know what I mean? And even though it hurts, because I be shut down. I was shut down that night. He was like, even though it hurt, like, you still did it. You still did it. And I was like, I did do it. Why am I being so freaking negative? I did do it. Just like with this gym shit. It's like, it was day one. Sometimes you gotta take a look back at where you've come from, because where I came from in this journey, not being able to stand, not being able to hold my daughter, not being able to move, not being able to walk around the store, not being able to do none of that. Like, y'all really don't understand. I used to have my friends go to the store for me and go grocery shop for me because I couldn't do it. When her dad had to go and it was different people living here in my house or whatever, they would have to help me in and out the house. They would, again, go to the store for me. They would be the ones to hold Corey and pull Corey in the car. It's a couple times my parents had to do that. I literally couldn't physically do anything. I felt so horrible as a mom for the first time because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. And to see, now that I'm thinking about it, like how far I've really come. She's like 30 something pounds and I can hold her. I ain't holding her for an hour, but a good 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, you grown, get off me. You know what I mean? Like, that's a blessing, because when she was 6 pounds, it was a struggle for me to hold her. You know what I mean? When she was small, it was a struggle. That's a no. Come sit down. It was a struggle for me to do what I wanted to do. And so it just, I don't know, it's just been interesting, you know. Even now, the fact that I could stand up for 2 hours, and that wasn't the first time I did it. I did it another time. We went to this place called Leaping Lizards, kids running around in the different bouncy houses. We could not sit down at all. And it was a couple times after that, I remember, like I said, not being able to even walk around Publix. And now I push through the walking when we're going to doctor's visits and all this other stuff. You know, I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I went to a water park this summer and I thought it was going to be hell. We ain't walk all the way around it, but I was able to walk around it without really being winded and really being tired. And that was a huge milestone for me. So it's like the self-sabotage. Why am I not appreciative? Why do I not think that what I've done is enough? Because it is enough. You know, if I really think about it, besides the fact that I had to literally sit down from July 2018 to really like March of 2019, because I was like really sick. That's tremendous. And I should be proud of myself. And I am proud of myself. You know, so even though I got discouraged because like my heart tripping or whatever, it's like, you know what, I still gotta push, because I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not obese, but I am not where I want to be. I am not where I want to be, and I am appreciative to everybody, the hard eyes, from my homegirls, the gassing me up, whatever. But this whole double chin, whatever, this used to be worse. Like how I have a peak now. This whole thing used to be a circle. I kid you not. Like, couldn't even tell I had dimples. Like, it used to be horrible. I wasn't posting myself on social media. I went on no type of Snapchat, no type of nothing. It was all the way bad. All the way bad. It was so bad that the weight that I'm currently at now, I'm told I'm thick. When I know I'm fat, I'm told I'm thick. That's how bad that shit was. Oh my God, Lily, you done lost so much weight. Oh my gosh, Rose, you done lost so much weight. You thick as shit. Da 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 da. No, my nigga, I'm still fat. But I appreciate the love, because from where I was, I see why you say that. It was horrible. But where I'm going, this is going to be, then we're going to talk about it, be like, I told you I was fat. No, girl, you just thick. Nah, baby. No. So I don't know. I don't know. I think we should work on speaking positivity into ourselves and not allowing ourselves to be discouraged in this process, because it's a lot, you know. And if you are just looking at what is in front of you and just taking it as face value, it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change overnight. Even this new journey I'm on is probably going to take me another 15 to 18 months to really kind of drop down another 2 or 3 sizes from where I'm trying to be, because it doesn't happen overnight. But something my homegirl London said is, when you want to lose weight, you do everything you do to lose that weight. And she right. And now I'm back in the mentality. You want some water? I'm back in the mentality to lose the weight and do what I need to do, you know, and just continue on about my business until I get there. So work on that with yourselves. Be proud of the milestones that you've met. Be proud, trash please, of the markers that you come from. Be proud of where you've gone, from where you've gone to where you are, and just appreciate every step of the way, because it's not going to just be instant. Like I said in the other video, you can't go from what took you 20 something years. It took me 20 something years to get to that 312. It ain't gonna take me 20-something years to lose it, but it's damn sure gonna take me. It took me 18 months to get from the 4X to the extra large. It's gonna take another 18 months, maybe, to get from the extra large to like a medium. That's mommy's. It's gonna take me that, and it's gonna be a challenge. So just accept that for yourself. You know what I mean? And just continue to push and continue to recognize that within yourself, and just don't let it discourage you. You know what I mean? Like, push through. Push through. That's the message for this. And I hope you guys have a great week. I don't know why I was like, did I post this week? No, I don't think so. My bad. And I hope you guys like it. Again, like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell me what you think. And just, I don't know, y'all, continue to push through on whatever your personal goals are. And don't let what's in the mirror discourage you from what you left behind on the track. You feel me? Like, don't do that to yourself. Because I did it to myself until I had a aha moment today. And then it's just like, no, I'm not doing that no more. So, don't be like me. Learn from me. Don't be like me. But y'all have a good evening.